So today I'm gonna work on the hand, and I'm gonna keep like working on this drawing. I'm gonna fix the color around here. I messed a little bit with the drawing, but it's fine. All right, let's zoom in and let's go. I'm gonna pick a rich red, and I'm gonna get this gradient brush, and I will begin. So I will start from the edge. So right there I have that shape right there, and now I want to do that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm working from one side to the other, and gently like adding, like drawing like some of the proportions. So right there I'm gonna mark the darkened bit. Great. All right, I'm gonna outline it nicely. Right now I am not worried about it. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just using a bit of raw hand-eye coordination. And always focus on shapes. Shapes is what was gonna create the actual drawing, you know. So just focus on the shape and the flow of the fingers. Now negative shape right there, and we have, so I always make the fingers way too thick, but I'm gonna fix that later. I don't care about it right now. I'm gonna add the overall colors now. Yeah, I got the color right. I'm sorry, but I understand that I'm rushing a bit, but I don't want to dwell on this because I'm gonna render it a lot more with as time goes, you know. So here we have this rich, like almost pink color. There, and there. So I've noticed the fingers aren't long enough. So I'm gonna duplicate. I want to stretch them out just a bit. Don't distort them too much. Now I'm gonna blur my vision and take this really outwards. Liquify. And I'm gonna play a bit with the shape. Make these longer. Now I'm gonna pinch a bit so that they aren't. Yep. Now I understand that it looks like horrendous, but I'm gonna smudge it. And I'm gonna redo that first part that I did with the rich red. But now I'm gonna add even more rich oranges around there. And this is the process that I like. I understand it is not like the quickest process, or it's not the best process, but it's my favorite process. You just blur it out, you do it again, then you do it again, and then you just do it over and over and over and over again. And that's what I like to do. So just don't dwell on it. And do it. I'm gonna blend that in too. Alright, so right there we have way too bright. I'm sorry if I'm not talking all that much, but I really need to focus right now. And I understand that there is nobody watching, but maybe somebody will watch the VOD, so I still... If you're watching the VOD, please subscribe. I need more followers. More subscribers, and you can always tune in to the VOD, like I understand that people to the streams. I understand that people are more like inclined to take somebody seriously that is more skilled, but I believe that everybody has something to say. You will never reach true mastery of an art or anything if you do not listen to the little guy as well. Like everybody has a bit of knowledge attached to themselves, so I believe that it's quite arrogant to believe that you don't have anything to learn. Like when I was a beginner, and even right now, I used to watch everything. I would watch everything, and I think that improved me a lot as a person and as a artist. I believe that new information is the arbiter of skill. So if you truly wish to be skillful, you will consume a lot of opinions on this, and you will filter through which one you believe is most accurate to reality and to objective truth, or your truth, because you can always just listen to everybody, but take it with a grain of salt. Now I understand that many of y'all might see the fact that the drawing isn't quite, the colors aren't quite, it's more green here, but I don't care about that. Right now, all I care about is the hand, So I like to focus on stuff. I know that it's not good, but this is the process that I like, If I would be trying to get the best process, you should and the one that I heard from the best people is to work from big to small. I did work from big to small, and now I am refining. Right there, that's good. So with hands, like a lot of people like get really stuck on hands because they're really intimidating. But the thing is, like hands always are a mass of shape, and they always like the fingers have their own individual flow, like that of a spine. So if you just focus on that and on the negative spaces, you will form like uh, an actual finger with just rendering, you know. So right now I'm gonna go at the edge of the finger right there. And now, since I do not understand what's the shape there, I don't want to make it up because it's gonna look weird. I'm gonna add the hair, you know, like how it is in the picture. And I won't dwell on it too much. So as you can see, there's more hair here, so I will also add it there. And now I'm gonna trace that there, so it's there, there, and there. Great. And it also aligns with my drawing, so it's good. Now I'm gonna go more into the reds and emphasize like that this is flesh, you know. That's how you emphasize flesh, is by making these like rich red colors, because the rich red is like all of the blood vessels. So if you want to like make it look like an actual hand, you will, the fingers are always gonna be more red, always. So that's a rule. That's not. And now right there, I'm gonna blur things out. Again, hit it with a bit of blur. So that finger, let's correct it. So that. I need to focus for a bit. You always like so when fingers like dig into the skin, it's gonna create like a shade. So you have to make that. It makes it look three-dimensional, and it adds depth to your drawing, you know. So let's just play with it a bit. So there. I would advise to try to find something that isn't like the hand isn't there, you know, like that's what don't run away from your responsibilities. Yeah, like that's literally like what almost every good artist does, like they run away, you know, because it takes a lot of time. Usually, as a hierarchy, you start with what is most difficult, and that's what I would advise. And the hand, like I don't really care about it that much, me personally. I always get like, oh, like why is the hand weird, like who the fuck cares about the hand, like it's literally like, look, it's like not even 10% of the drawing. Who cares, you know? But people always like dwell on it because it's like one of the first things that you look at is the hands and the face, you know. So people always like catch it, you know. But I believe that the eyes and the face needs to be like the most detailed. That's what matters the most. Not anything else. Now I'm gonna add a bit of like hard shapes. No, that's way too harsh. Even more red. I keep seeing like a lot of people like use a lot of blending modes, and I used to be like that too. But as I gained more skill and wanted to pursue the likeness further, I realized that if you want like accurate colors, you are supposed to pick them yourself. So like as to not allow like any kind of like randomization. But if you want to be expressive, then sure, go for it. Now I'm gonna do something that doesn't actually happen in real life. I'm gonna outline them just slightly. So just slightly I'm gonna outline the fingers. But since this is my canvas, my art, I can do whatever I want, even if it's not realistic. I'm gonna create this like shadow to sell the idea of it being like the shadow of the actual hand that creates it. Yeah, that's good. I think it's good. I don't know about y'all, but I do believe it's good. So we have some oranges there, darker oranges there. Yeah, now I want to bring some of the skin color, but not so harshly. There, I like that kind of do. I need to bring this like not to be as thick. So there, that's good enough. And now this actually has like some shadow, so I'm gonna, hold on, let me align them properly. They're there. Great, now let me pick. The reason why I keep color picking from like the previous part is so that I don't stray too much from the actual like color palette that I have chosen. So never make like too big of adjustments. Usually the color doesn't stray too far. Rarely does it stray too far, and even when it strays like really far is because of like artificial like colors, like a shirt or like the skin rarely strays like really far from a few like hues, so it kind of stays in the same hue range, if you get what I mean. So that happens in backgrounds too, so like everything is linked. But if you have like, let's say like you have like a really like powerful red shirt in the drawing, then yeah, it will be very saturated. But if it's like natural, it won't be also saturated, so you just have to find like a somewhat of a balance, so I'm gonna do that thing, but I'm gonna go more towards there. And I see that right there. Now let me do a bit of there. I think that's alright for now. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. This part could be the actual like fingers could be worked on a bit, but I don't care. Right now I have something else to focus on, so I'm gonna color correct a bit. So let's take it. So let's see where the green, in what direction is the green. Here. So there, lose the saturation, go even further. Now I'm gonna mask it, dark. Let's pick something like this. And now, just slightly, add overlay a bit on the actual drawing. Not too much, don't overdo it like there. Just a bit. You have to use like skill to like look at it, you know, like after a bit of time you will be able to like, oh, that's a bit more green, that's a bit more, you know, so you will catch those like subtle color changes, you know, after a bit of practice. But if you're a beginner, like, I don't know what to tell you, start color picking as soon as you can, and don't color pick like this, you know, because where is the skill progression from that? There isn't. Color pick like the actual colors, you know, so don't. It's fine even if it's not perfect. I noticed that it's not perfect, but I don't care about that. I just wanted it to be like more in that so now it's not as overpowering. And now I'm gonna take it again in the greens, desaturate it again. I'm gonna mask and I'm gonna add a bit of like noise, you know, so the noise will also, like, let's say, flicks like this, and this will also drag it a bit in that direction, you know, and it will also add like a bit of texture to the drawing. Great. I noticed that the perspective is off since I moved it a lot, so I'm gonna fix that. So it's supposed to go more like that, and I messed up. I didn't have the layer like, but it's fine. This really isn't what matters, but it just pisses me off. Like, nobody cares about this. Like, oh, it looks off. Who cares? Look at the eyes. Don't look at the fucking door behind her. Like, you know. But it's also like an indicator of like skill. And my screen is dirty, and it pisses me off because I cannot pick the colors properly. So I noticed that I have there like this streak. This white streak, so let me correct it. Let me check for other. No, so that was only there. Great. Yeah, great. Let me make this smaller. So if you notice, like, don't just fill it in, like actually add a bit of texture. Now I'm gonna go with the traditional brushes, and I have this custom brush that I made. Now I'm gonna add a bit of like, I'm gonna make soft edges here, but with texture. So don't just smooth it out with the, if you want it, this is gonna show through like the painting, so that's why I don't use like the soft brushes, you know. I just use like a texture brush, and I just gradually do it, because It's important. So I have a white spot there. I just need to remember that. Let me use that a bit in the hair, since I already have picked the brush. This is like my main brush for hair, so since I already have it picked, I'm gonna also move the hair a bit and the edges. It makes it look like like a bed hair, like bed head. Very early morning like bed, but I like the aesthetic of it, like the edges, like. I'm gonna add a bit more texture here. Great. Let's see, I have it saved. Let's see the progress. Yeah, it's way better. Way better, I think, in my own opinion. But now I think I overdid the green. So let's just correct in the other direction. Mask. I'm gonna pick, like, I don't really have like a can I put this, like, I don't really, like, it's chaotic the way I pick brushes, like I don't really care. Like I just, oh, that looks okay, oh, that's convenient, oh, that's a bit as controlling as I want it to be, like I just need a brush that I can control. That's what I pick, So now that I also have like a pinkish like kind of tone, I also go over what I see a bit more pink in there, so there. Since I already have it, oh, and this is perfect for the fingers. I have that here. This whole finger is that. There at the tip, there at that tip. Yep. There. Yeah, great. That's great. Also, there's a bit here, and there's a bit here. And I can see a bit on the dress on this side. So I'm also gonna do that. Great. The face is still off. I need to practice way more, man. Like, I still make the faces look off, like I'm so mad. I know, like, it's not exactly as the reference. I'm not trying to copy it exactly, but I still want it to look like Jenna Ortega, so... It's annoying, man. It's annoying. I don't like to do likenesses, I'm gonna be honest, but I need to learn how to do it. Anyway, I'm gonna close the stream now. I don't even have any viewers, but I need to take a shower, so... Anyway, thanks for anybody that watched the VOD. I don't think anyone will watch it, but thank you if you did. Please subscribe and take care.